It was a little like shaky at first because it did happen like in front of everyone, like at team camp, first 5 minutes at Moorhead of our first game. So everyone was a little shaken up, but I think they like kept me like high, like I was fine. But getting the news that I actually did tear my ACL and everything I did tear in it, it was hard. But I think being around the team has really helped me.
So I've heard ACL, MCL, cartilage damage. What did you do?
So I tore my ACL, MCL, meniscus, and I strained my PCL. So pretty much everything.
What was the step? Do you remember the step?
So yeah, I was running backwards, and then I tried to cut this way, and my knee went that way.
Which was crazy because it was like something she would do every single game.
In the first 5 minutes of the game. Okay.
Yeah, awful.
So I did hear the team kind of rallied around you. I mean, what's that been like?
Yeah, it's been awesome because just like knowing that they all have my backs, like going through this, like it's hard, but having them around me makes it a lot easier, just getting through it.
What have the doctors told you about your ability to recover? Have they said anything yet?
They haven't like given me any like dates or anything, but I'm gonna have surgery September 4th, and usually they said it's around like 6 months to a year, so anytime between then.
Okay. But now you're an assistant coach.
Exactly. Yeah. Back to the staff.
of a pretty good team. What's this team got? What makes this? What have you learned from this team so far? Now that you're on the sideline watching them.
Well, not even just like their abilities on the field, just like how great everyone is to each other. Just like how I said, everyone rallied around me, like helped me, and I think not only with me, but they do it on the field together, like as a team, and we're just a great team to each other. So.
She's always kind of been a coach too. Like that's what when Tucker said she was in addition to the coaching staff, we were like, well, she's always kind of coached us through everything, so she just won't be with us.
She's been the only one that knows what's going on out there.
Everyone's just running circles.
Coach said this. What are you doing?
We gotta go. I mean, just with the experience we got last year playing some of the best teams in the state, like I feel like it really gave us some of the just the experience we needed, and then everyone's gonna have to definitely step up because we lost a huge chunk of our midfield because we would go like our possession she basically started all of it, and so everyone's had to step up, and in practice like every day we've been having to each girl's had to find something like deeper inside of them to pull out so we can hopefully do good this season, but it's just going to take everyone.
I think they have a quiet confidence about them. Like you said, last year we felt like we exceeded expectations a little bit and got a little further than maybe we expected last year. But our hope is that experience that we gained with a pretty deep postseason run, that just pays off this year. And you know, part of it is getting there before doesn't ensure anything, especially in our district, in our region, but that experience is invaluable. And we kind of exercised some demons. There were some teams that we had not been able to beat for about the last 3 or 4 years. And so to kind of get that monkey off of our back takes a little pressure off. And there's a quiet confidence, but definitely in our region, you can't take anything for granted. You know, we've kind of taken the approach of it's not one player that has to step in and try to do what Carson did. I mean, that's asking too much of anyone. She's a fantastic player, but we feel like, you know, we've got 18 to 20 players who at any given moment in any game can contribute. And so I think it's kind of a, you know, by committee that players will step in and try to fill some of the roles that she did for us.
You have a dynamic scorer up top in Shay. What's special about Shay?
What's not special about Shay? She's a real pleasure to coach because not only is she talented, but she's a hard worker. Her teammates respect her. You know, you don't ever have to question her effort. But you know, I think that last year she had a lot of pressure on her to individually score goals for us, and you know, this year we get Mackenzie Bunch back. We didn't have her last year due to an ACL injury, so having her back, and then Alex Smith up top, who basically got to be a starter maybe a year earlier than we would have anticipated, but that experience should pay off. And our hope is that some of those players can, you know, lighten the load a little bit for Shay, and you know, teams maybe won't be able to just key in on one player as much as they could last year.